Hi everyone, welcome back to Yogalibrium and welcome to this Yin Yang Yoga class. Let's begin at the back of the mat and we'll start in child's pose so you can take your knees as wide as feels comfortable for you. And go ahead and extend the arms forward and release your forehead towards the floor. And taking some deep breaths as always to begin our practice. Filling up your lungs, your belly, and sending your breath throughout your entire body as your hips sink a little bit closer towards your heels. And feeling this gentle stretch through your shoulders. Let's round ourselves and come up into a tabletop position. Nice. So we're going to ground the left palm down and reach the right arm out beside us. And then we'll come into thread the needle, taking the right arm underneath the left and the right shoulder towards the floor. Hips are stacking roughly over top of the knees. You can extend that left arm forward to support you, or you can take it and wrap it around your back. And in our practice today, we're going to be weaving in several yin yoga poses into our yang flow. And we're going to be holding those poses for 2 to 3 minutes each. It's going to be a great balance of energies. And just a couple more breaths right here. And if you had the hand behind you, go ahead and reach the arm forward. And we'll take it all the way back into tabletop. Press the left palm down and then float the right arm this time up towards the sky. We're going to take some internal and external rotation here with the shoulder. And then we're going to reach the arm forward in front of us and plant both palms down to a cat spine, tucking your chin towards your chest. And then inhale, you can drop it down for cow. A couple more of these, rounding into your cat and sinking the chest for your cow. Nice, come back to a neutral spine. This time the right hand plants down, reach the left arm out beside you, and then weaving the left arm underneath for thread the needle on the second side. Again, the right arm can crawl forward for support, or maybe you reach it around behind you. You decide what is most comfortable. And taking those deep, deliberate breaths wherever you find yourself. And as always, as we are moving through our practice today, remember the poses are yours to modify. You always want to be finding something that serves you in your body in this moment. We're not looking to prove ourselves in any way. We're not looking to make a pose look a certain way. Always honoring exactly where we are. It's how we're going to create longevity in our practice. All right, let's reach the right arm forward and then press ourselves back up into our tabletop position Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, internally and externally, finding some rotation in the shoulder, and then rounding into your cat back as you plant the left palm beside the right. On your next inhale, sinking the chest, opening through your heart. Exhaling back to cat. Inhaling into cow. One more like this. All right, and from here, we're going to tuck the toes, and then we're going to slowly walk our hands back and bring them up on top of our thighs so that we're sitting on top of the heels with the toes tucked underneath. This is going to be a great stretch in your toes and in your feet. You can bring your hands to heart center. Some of you may want to keep the hands on the floor for a little bit of added support, setting up something that works for you. If you feel like it's okay, maybe you'll walk back onto the fingertips or plant the palms down. Just remember to keep breathing. This one is intense. It's okay. Full inhales to expand through the chest. And every exhale you can send right down to the toes. A few more breaths. Go ahead and release, walk the hands forward, and you can tap the toes behind you, let that go. Then we're going to come all the way into a high plank position and lower down through chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog and exhale, taking downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a moment to arrive here in downward dog. And then we'll take a softening into the knees as we walk the hands all the way back towards the feet. All right, let's take a deeper bend into the knees, pour the weight into the feet, and roll ourselves all the way up to standing. When you arrive, you can shrug the shoulders back. We'll reach the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring the palms in towards the heart. Nice. Keep your feet hip-width distance apart here. We're going to come into this flowing ragdoll. So allow your right ear to tip to your right shoulder. Soften through the torso. And we'll begin to start to tip all the way over to the right. So soften into your knees, relaxing your torso. Head hangs heavy. When you arrive at the bottom, take the torso through center and all the way to the left. Press through the left foot and roll up the left side. When you get to the top, allow the chest to soften completely, the shoulders to roll back, the head, and then again, pouring down the right side. And bringing the torso through center, head hanging heavy, and then over to the left as you press into the feet and come back up. Bending the hips and the chest forward, shoulders shrugging back, maybe the head softens back, and then coming up into neutral. Let's extend the fingertips forward, palms pressing, and round into the upper back. Tuck the chin to the chest. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, bending into the knees. Roll yourself all the way back down to your forward fold. And let's walk the hands out on the mat. Come into your high plank position. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, find upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Softening the knees, walking your hands all the way back. Head hangs heavy. Deep bend into your knees again as you roll yourself all the way up to standing. As you arrive, shrug the shoulders back. Inhale, float the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring the hands in front of your heart. Beautiful. We'll take that flowing ragdoll on the second side. All right, so we'll allow the left ear to tip over towards the left shoulder, enjoying that stretch through the right side of the neck. And then allowing gravity gravity to take over as we gently release the torso down the left side. Bring ourselves around through center and over to the right, coming all the way up. So again, you're just trying to keep your upper body, your shoulders, and your head as relaxed as possible as you move through this flowing ragdoll. And going ahead and taking one more full circle. Next time you find yourself back up on top of your feet, reach the arms forward, extend the palms and then round the spine. Take the breath into the upper back and tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale to extend and reach the arms up, and exhale, bend the knees and fold forward again. And so we're going to come into this dangling forward fold. This is going to be our second yin hold. So you can inhale, extend the chest and the heart forward, and then exhale, drop down. Go ahead and take opposite elbows. And we're going to stay here for about 2.5, 3 minutes. So your head is hanging nice and heavy. You can have a bend into your knees if that's comfortable. But try to find as much stillness as you can. Trying to allow gravity to do its work here. And breathing deep. And taking one more full deep breath in. And then exhale, let it go, release the arms down, and we'll slowly crawl ourselves all the way into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, roll yourself forward and come back into your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, send the hips high, take it back to downward facing dog. We'll take this a few times. Your next inhale, rolling yourself forward, high plank. Exhale, Taking Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale for up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And one more time. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, bring it back for down dog. Okay, beautiful. From here, take your gaze forward and then slowly start to walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. When your feet land, you can inhale and find some length halfway and exhale into a nice deep forward fold, allowing the head to relax down. Press into your feet. Let's inhale, fly all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Beautiful job. Okay, so we're going to be facing the top of the mat. I am just going to turn around so that I can face you. Plant your left foot down, pull up into that left hip, and then find some external rotation of the right foot. We're going to start by interlacing fingers and bringing the hands behind the head, elbows wide, and then press onto the ball of that right foot. From there, we're going to press on top of the toes, getting a nice stretch through the front of the foot, and then back to the ball. Cycling between the top of the foot and pressing into the ball of the foot, just like this a couple of times. Nice massage for that metatarsal. And then the next time you have the ball of the foot planted, extend the arms up towards the sky. And then take a nice deep bend through that left elbow and reach the right elbow up. Stretching that right side of the rib cage. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, take the elbows in the opposite direction. Left elbow is reaching towards the sky, and then we're going to release the right hand down towards the right knee and reach the left fingertips up towards the sky, reaching as far away from each other as possible. Beautiful. From here, keep pressing solidly into that left foot, and let's bring the right leg up into tree pose. So any variation that works for you, right foot to your ankle or calf or inner thigh. Keep pulling in through the low belly and stay strong here. Create the balance. Beautiful. Okay, from here, we're going to extend the right foot forward as we interlace fingers behind the back. And then gently, with control, let's take this into Warrior 3, Flying Warrior. So the right hip is squaring towards the floor. We start to bend gently into the left knee, and the right foot is going to plant down. We come into a lunge. Root through the back right heel, take your warrior legs, and then open through the chest as you pull the arms behind you. Nice, deep inhale. And exhale, let's wiggle the left foot a little bit over towards the left and take the left shoulder to the inside of that left knee. Keep strong here in your feet, through your legs, opening through the shoulders. Deepest inhale you can. And exhale, releasing the hands. Walk them all the way over to the right, but keep the legs as they are, stretching through the left side of your body and waist. Beautiful. From here, we walk in just a little bit, plant the right palm down, pop the right heel, and then take a twisted lunge. So the left fingertips reach for the sky, and then we'll exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, and bring the left arm forward. Inhale, let the hips sink down, taking the gaze over your left shoulder, and then bring it all the way up and over as you round through your spine. One more time like this. Inhale, sinking through the hips, opening through the chest. Exhale as you round. And then we're going to plant the left hand back on the mat, walk ourselves back to the midline, and shimmy the left foot all the way over to the right as we lower down and prepare for our pigeon pose or sleeping swan in yin. This is going to be our next hold, so find whatever you need to make yourself comfortable here. And then in your own time, you can come forward as much as is available. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes. So finding that edge, trying not to fidget, just be as still as possible and breathe here. And as a last option, variation, for some of you, you might be able to weave that right arm underneath so that the right shoulder drops down. Resting your head on the floor, maybe reaching the left arm around behind your back. So this is just another variation. If it's not accessible to you right now, no worries, you stay where you are. All right, so we're going to start to release up out of this posture. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. If you were reaching that left arm around behind you, bring it in front. Release the right shoulder. And then we'll slowly start to crawl ourselves all the way back up. Really nice. And as an option here, you can take the left arm up and around behind you, find a small twist. You might be able to catch that foot and bring it in towards you. Nice stretch for your right quadricep here, just for a moment. And then release. We're going to plant the hands down. Wiggle the right foot in towards the midline. Releasing pigeon pose, we'll pull the left knee up into the chest, hover in plank, and then exhale, take it back to three-legged downward facing dog. Let's start to circle that left foot in the air, getting into the ankle, and then we're gonna start to stack the left hip on top of the right and bend the left knee. Now the sole of the left foot is going to become heavy here. We're going to flip ourselves around. So as the left sole of the foot connects towards the mat, we gently flip around and let the sit bones land nice so that we're facing the back of the mat. You have your knee up towards the sky and the sole of the foot planting down. We're going to reach the left arm forward, get as much space as you can. Maybe find some internal rotation of that shoulder. Some of you might be able to bind here, but it's not necessary at all. You just bring the chest forward as much as you can. Keep drawing that left knee in towards your shoulder and breathe deep. And bottom of the next exhale, let's start to come up. Release, take the left arm up and around, and let's twist here. Same variation with the legs, but maybe you're going to hug that knee in towards you or take the right elbow to the outside of the knee, whatever is most comfortable for you. A few of you might be able to bind behind your back, only if it's available, if it's in your practice. If not, you just breathe exactly where you are. Every inhale getting a little bit taller, and every exhale finding a little bit more twist. Gazing forward, let's release. We're going to take the right arm around and back, plant it down on the mat, and then press into the feet and float the hips back up. Come into wild thing. Find an extension through the front of the body. And then we'll plant the left hand back down, return to three-legged downward dog. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna draw the left knee back into the chest, hover in plank, and then weave it underneath towards the right side of the mat. Press into your foundation and float the right arm up to the sky. And then we're going to find external rotation of the legs and allow the sit bones to come down towards the mat. We're going to set up for our dragonfly pose. So you can adjust your legs here however you need to, and then slowly start to bring it forward as much as you can. Take a full deep breath in when you arrive and exhale, letting it go. Finding your variation of this posture and just doing your best to be here and now, present in your body, breathing freely, relaxing as much as possible. And quieting your mind as much as you can. All right, last breath here in Dragonfly. At the bottom of your exhale, slowly start to come on up. Beautiful job. You're going to set up so that your right foot is extending towards the top back side of your mat, and we're going to fold the left leg in. Take the sole of the left foot into the inner thigh. Reach the left arm around beside you. Deep breath in, and then exhale. Take a side bend here, reaching that left arm up and over. Inhale, come back up and around. Square your hips to the back of the mat. Reach the arms up, and exhale, folding over your right leg. Try to keep that right leg rolling in towards the midline and the foot flexed. Heart is coming forward. Inhale and exhale. Start to come on up. Nice. Let's take the left arm, take it up and around behind us, and we'll gently float the hips up, coming on top of that left shin. And then we'll plant both hands back to the front of the mat. Left knee draws up and in, back to three-legged downward dog, And now let's roll ourselves forward into plank position and take chaturanga. Inhale, find upward facing dog, and exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Couple breaths here. Of course, it's always an option at this time to take child's pose before we move on to the second side. And then gazing forward to the top of the mat, slowly start to step the feet all the way back up. As you arrive, inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, folding forward. Press your feet down, let's fly all the way back up, reach the arms, and exhale. Hands come in front of your heart. Beautiful, let's switch sides. This time we have the right foot planting down, so stay facing the top of the mat. We're gonna pull up in that right hip, find length, and then start to take the arms, interlace fingers behind the head, take the elbows wide, and starting to press onto the ball of the left foot, and then onto the toes. Working that small massage through the metatarsal. Keep getting taller here, creating the balance. And then we're going to pause with the ball of the left foot pressing down. Float, extend the arms up towards the sky, interlaced fingers, and then bending the right elbow as the left elbow reaches up for the sky. And then let's switch again. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale with the left elbow bending and the right elbow reaching for the sky, stretching through the right side of your body. Release the left arm down to the knee, release the right arm up to the sky, feeling yourself getting taller here as fingers reach away from each other. And then keep pressing strongly into that right foot. Let's draw the left leg up into tree pose on the second side. Keep pulling in through the low belly, getting as tall as possible. Creating the balance here. No worries if you fall out of the pose, you just come right back up. Nice. Let's take the arms and interlace fingers behind the back. Draw the left knee into the chest. And then take it back for Flying Warrior, Warrior 3. Square the left hip towards the mat. And then softening behind the right knee. Left toes start to become heavy. We plant the leg down, and we're going to roll and plant the left heel down firmly as you inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, start to take this forward so that the right elbow comes inside the right knee, and the arms are lifting up over your head. We're going to release the arms and walk them all the way over towards the left, but keep the legs as they are and feel this stretch through the right side of your body. Deep breath in, walking in just a little bit, enough to plant the left palm down, pop the back heel, and then reach the right arm up towards the sky. And we exhale, take the arm forward and round through the chest. Inhale, let that hip sink down, and exhale, take that arm up and over. One more time like this. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Start to let the right palm walk you back in towards the mat and wiggle the right foot over to the left. Lower down to your version of pigeon pose on the second side. Taking some time to get comfortable, and then slowly starting to come forward, however much space you have on this side. Some of you might play around with taking that option that we set up the first time by weaving the left arm underneath and taking that left shoulder down towards the floor. Maybe the right arm wraps around behind you. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Just find that edge, find stillness, and surrender. And last deep breath here. At the bottom of your exhale, slowly starting to make your way back up out of the posture. Beautiful. And before we move anything, we're going to take the right arm this time up and around. Find a twist. You can stay right here, or you can see if you can catch that back foot and pull it in towards the glutes. Just for a moment. And then releasing that foot back down, press the ball of the foot, plant the hands, draw your right knee up and into your chest. On an exhale, take it back to three-legged dog, and start to circle the right ankle in the air this time, both directions. And then we start to bend into that right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left. As the right sole of the foot becomes heavy, we release and allow ourselves to flip around to face the back of the mat. Nice. You have the right knee pointing to the sky and the right foot planted. Bring the right arm to the inside of the knee and exhale. Reach your chest forward as much as you can. You might start to wrap the arm around. Some of you may be able to bind here. It doesn't matter either way. Just keep bringing that right knee in towards your shoulder and bringing your chest forward as much as you can. Inhale, coming back up. We reach the right arm up and around behind us. The left arm can wrap around and hug that right knee in. Maybe you can bring the elbow to the outside. Some of you, as a final option, might be able to bind here. But of course, no worries. Just set up something that works for you wherever you are. Every inhale getting a little taller, and every exhale twisting a little bit more. Take your gaze forward, release your pose, and then take that left arm back around to plant on the mat. Press into your feet and float up into your wild thing. Right hand is going to plant back down onto the mat and flip you back into your three-legged dog. Bring your right knee back up into your chest and then take it through so that it's reaching towards the left side of the mat, and then reach the left arm up. Slowly we allow the hips to come down and we prepare once again for Dragonfly. We won't stay as long this time. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper here on the second try. And tuning in and noticing how your body is feeling in this moment at this point in the practice. Remembering you can deliberately use your breath to relax your body, calm your nervous system. And slowly, we start to bring ourselves back up out of the pose. Nice job. Set up so that your left leg is extended forward towards the top of the mat, and fold the right knee in. Take the sole of your foot to your left inner thigh. Reach the right arm around behind you and then take a side bend here. Inhale, come back up. Square your hips to the top of the mat. Reach the arms towards the sky and exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Breathing deeply, keep rolling the left leg in towards the midline. Gentle flex through the foot. And you can imagine that with each inhale, you are leading your heart up and over the leg. All right, starting to come up. We'll take the right arm and reach it up and around, plant it on the mat behind you, and then press the hips up to the sky. Nice stretch through the front of your body. Plant your hands down to the top of the mat, and then go ahead and release back into your three-legged down dog. Roll forward to plank, take chaturanga, and then inhale for your upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. And then from here, let's inhale, roll forward back into plank, and this time lower all the way down to the belly. And we're going to take Sphinx now. So stacking your elbows underneath your shoulders, pressing the hands down, and then imagining that you are pulling the heart forward between the arms. For some of you, you might want to take the hands a little bit wider and press up into your seal pose. But whether you're in seal or Sphinx, maybe close the eyes here. And just focus on opening up through your heart center. Okay, if you're in seal, take one more deep, full breath in. And then gently bending back into the elbows, return to your Sphinx pose. And then releasing all the way down. You can gently shake the legs out behind you. And then let's press the hands under the shoulders and take it back into child's pose. You might take the arms around behind you this time, make this a little bit more restorative. A few breaths here. And then you can roll yourself forward, crawl the knees up the mat, and go ahead and lie down on your back. And from here, we will start to hug the knees up into the chest. And give yourself a hug. Gently roll on the sacrum. Gentle rock of your body from side to side. And let's release the sole of the left foot down. Reach the right leg up to the sky and then hook it on top of the left. Float the hips on up over to the right. Right arm extends. And twisting, allowing the knees to fall to the left. Bringing yourself back through center and switch sides. So you can take a second to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And then we'll plant the right sole of the foot down, reach the left leg up, hook it on top of that right leg. Take the hips on over to the left. Left arm reaches out beside you and the legs fall to the right. Bringing your legs back through center. Another windshield wiper of the knees from side to side. Hug your knees back into your chest. Lift your forehead to meet the knees. And then exhale. Release your legs. Release your arms. Release your breath. Allow your chest to rise and fall back in its natural pattern. As we take shavasana here all together. And gently starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling through your wrists and your ankles, drawing legs and arms together. Take a long stretch. As you feel ready, roll over onto one side, pause for a moment. And then with eyes closed if possible, make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Taking a moment to feel grateful here for your practice. And then let's end by rubbing the palms together, generating some heat between the hands. Place them over top of your closed eyes and inhale. And exhale, let it go. And thank you guys so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.